Gina. Welcome back to Tight Ship Mama. Today we are continuing in the practice of getting out of debt and continuing with the Dave Ramsey Total Money Makeover and following his baby steps, the plan to financial independence and freedom. So this is baby step number 2, which is to pay off all of your debt except for your mortgage. And by now you have saved $1,000 in your starter emergency fund and you've created your budget. And if you haven't done those things, then please go back and watch my videos on zero-based budgets and baby step number 1. So I'm assuming that you've done that part and you have drawn the line in the sand. And if you're married, then the two of you have come together and you have both committed to no more debt. Because if you're going to continue to borrow and continue to use credit cards, then this is a waste of your time and you can just wait for the next decluttering video to come on out if that's what you like. But this video is for people that are really ready to get out of debt and get on the path to financial freedom. So we're going to do that. Should you borrow against your house? No. Should you borrow against your 401k? No. So we're not going to take those paths to get out of debt. The exception would be to avoid foreclosure or bankruptcy. But let's assume that you are not in that position right now, that you're just a regular American, normal, as Dave would say, and you have debt. And we're going to work through that without going down those two paths. Why are you not going to do that? 1, because there's probably penalties and fees involved with those two paths. And 2, you haven't changed the behavior that got you here in the first place. So if you're going to be pulling the equity out of your house without changing your behavior, you are going down a very slippery slope of the path really to bankruptcy. And that is such a part of America. People that are just overdrawn and overextended and they pull it out of their house. And you can't live like that. So you got to change your habits if you're going to start building wealth. Next, you need to have your come to Jesus moment where you rip off the Band-Aid and you face the facts. Dave Ramsey says, children do what feels good. Adults devise a plan and stick to it. So you're going to start devising your plan and sticking to it. So rip off that Band-Aid, get out all the mail, open all the envelopes, put it out there on the dining room table, and start listing all of your debts, except for your mortgage, from smallest to largest. So if you've got a $20 parking ticket, that's at the top of your list, all the way down to, let's say, your student loans could be $300,000. Whatever it is, list it out. The next thing I want you to do is take a deep breath and just say, one baby step at a time. And I'm going to walk you through the debt snowball and you're just going to plow through it. You didn't get here overnight and it's not going to be cleared up overnight. So I want you to keep the faith. You're going to have setbacks along the way, but look at the big picture, where you want to be 5-10 years from now. The debt snowball. So why is it called the debt snowball? Imagine a snowball at the top of the hill, and as it's rolling down, it's picking up size and momentum. And that's how you're going to start ticking off your debts one by one, is that you're going to pay off that $20 parking ticket, and you're going to use that $20, add it to the next debt, and you're going to keep on rolling down that hill until you've got everything paid off. According to Dave Ramsey, the average person that really gets serious and does this is debt-free in 18 months to 2 years. And I'm going to show you how to do that. The other thing at this point, if you have any other savings, you have your $1,000 in your emergency fund, but if you have anything else that is not going to be penalized if you take an early withdrawal or you use it. Say you just happen to have $20,000 sitting in a checking account, which might sound silly to some of you, but it's a very common thing but I want you to take that down to 0. Everything above your $1,000 needs to go to your debt. And the faster you can do this, the faster you can start building wealth, and you'll build back up that nest egg very quickly once you start getting your budget in order and you start with this debt snowball and you change your habits.
So this is a typical debt snowball. This is very average American. In a study published by CNBC, Americans have an average of $9,000 in credit card debt. So that's where I'm pulling those numbers. And the $270 a month would be the minimum payment. In 2018, the average college graduate left school with $29,800 in student loans. The average new car in America is $38,232 with a minimum monthly payment of $531. So these are really average numbers for America. And the grand total of this hypothetical family is $78,332 with a minimum payment every month of $1,257, which really might not sound like a lot of money to you. Even when I showed you my example from 10 years ago, we probably could have covered that per month. And that was not making a lot of money every year, probably less than the national average. So we're going to go through this and I'm going to show you how you're going to pay this off and how long it's going to take you. So in this family's situation, their smallest debt is a department store credit card with $550 on the balance. The minimum payment is $38. Let's say that you've sold some stuff or you've picked up a little babysitting gig or something, but you're going to be able to squeeze out an extra $100 a month, okay? So let's do $100 a month there. Okay? That's your new minimum is $100. Meanwhile, you're still paying the minimum on all the other things, $25, $270, $393, $531, because you want to stay current with everything. So you're going to squeeze that out and do the minimum on all there. So that's going to take you 5.5 months to pay that $550 off. Now, 5.5 months later, your cell phone is not still at $750. It's now down to $612, okay? So you were already paying that $100. So you're going to keep on that pace of $100 plus that $25. So now your new minimum payment is $125. At that rate, you're going to have that $612 paid off in about 5 months. So now you're 10 and a half months into your debt snowball. This $9,000 is now down to $6,165. And you're going to add that $125 to your $270 that you were already paying. So now your new minimum is $395. At that rate, you're going to have that Visa bill paid off in about 15 and a half months. This is not factoring in interest and all that kind of stuff. I'm just trying to stick to basic numbers. And if that number scares you, 15 and a half months, you are also assuming that you're not going to get any raises or be adding anything into it. So let's say you get a tax refund or you get a bonus at work, you're going to be so gazelle intense that you're going to be throwing money at this stuff. So when I show you the grand total of how long it's going to take this hypothetical family, you could probably do it much faster because you're going to be really intent on where your money is going. Okay, so 15 and a half months later, this student loan is now down to $19,582. And you're going to take that $395 that you were paying and you're going to add it to this $393. See how this debt snowball is working? And you're going to have a new minimum on that student loan of $788. And now you're going to start seeing things move a little bit. Now this one is going to be a long haul. This is going to be about 25 months or just over 2 years. But again, you're going to get a raise. You're going to be throwing extra money wherever you can. The last thing is this car payment. If I was this family, this car would have been sold yesterday. But let's assume they love the car and they wanted to keep it. So At this point, you're now 51 months into your debt snowball. So this car payment is actually now down to $11,000, $11,151. So again, we're gonna move over here. We're gonna take that $788 a month that we were paying on that student loan. We're gonna roll it down into this car payment. For a new total on that car, you're gonna be paying $1,319 a month. And that's gonna take you about 8.5 months to get that car paid off. For a grand total of 59.5 months, or almost 5 years, about 5 years. It sounds doable, but there's a long stretch in there of this visa bill and this student loan bill, but this is average America. So if these are the numbers that you're dealing with, just hang tight and, pick up any kind of side hustles or jobs that you can do. But this $1,257 a month that you were just probably paying and scraping by to pay, if you ever did the math, that's $15,084 a year. You want to know how you're going to cash flow your own kids' college? There it is. You want to know how you cash flow vacations? There it is. You want to know how you build a retirement that you can be proud of? There it is. Get out of debt. This is your plan. You're an adult. You've devised it. Now follow it. I am cheering for you, and you can do this.